It's round 5 of stock catch here. And we can ride on board with Lee Deegan for the start. Here at Snetterton, we're on the 3rd row of the grid. Phil Wright opposed the great start from the inside there from Shane Deegan of the 3rd row. Lee's going to try and follow through the middle of the 2nd row here. Andrew Tibbs and Jake Fond and the Deegans making their way through. It's Nathan Saunders that's going to lead into Rich. He's a big lead to him, not the greatest start from Phil Wright. Second's going to go Shane Deegan, is it? Well, Phil Wright trying to battle with him. It's on the inside as they head down towards Montreal Hairpin, and he breaks late. Now, where are we going to go? We're on board with Lee, of course. Shane Deegan. Oh, and Phil Wright almost made contact into Chapman Curve forcing. Shane Deegan all over the dirt. That means the 2 guys are already slow off the corner. Lee Deegan almost into the back of his brother there. He carried so much more speed and just gone into the distance as Nathan Saunders. What a great first few quarters for him. And side by side, you can see Lee looking over at his brother Shane there. They can see Shane Deegan coming back then. Lee Deegan just looking down there at the gear stick by the looks of things. Perhaps not the greatest gear change for him, and that's why Shane managed to come back. But it's the inside for Lee. He's going to get secondary Brundle, then down another gear as they turn into Nelson, clatter over the curves. And then down towards Bombholt, then Cora and onto Murray's they will go to complete a lap here of the Snetterton 200 circuit. And there you can see it's a big lead for Saunders. It's a battle on the 3rd because it's side by side between Phil Wright, Shane Deegan on the outside there. The car's sideways, a bit of contact possibly, but Shane Deegan's gone through. He's in 3rd. 4th is Wright there. The 5th Tim right all over the dirt there. Drake's in 6th. It was side by side between the chap here, Tom Bell and Jake Fondon. So they all come up across the centre straight. They complete the first lap of this 13 minutes plus 1 lap racing. The Clio's coming through. They stole with a 10-second penalty from the back. It's going to be interesting if they come through. You can see Rob Drake, but now there he was. We're on board with Steve Powson. Drake just about stayed on the tarmac there. He's under pressure from Patrick Fletcher. Fletcher on the inside then. Go down to the hairpin. He can't find a blatant. Oh, we almost run into the back there. Now, who was that? Possibly Tom Bell. It must have been Tom Bell there. So Bell and Drake side by side down the back straight. Well, I said we're on board with Steve Powell. Patrick Fletcher's done well there to gain a place or 2 since he crossed the line. But here comes Tom Bell. He's on the inside. They go onto the bridge. The outside for Drake. Fletcher defending the line. We've got Nick Porter-Jones up on the inside of us. And Patrick Fletcher gets a car all sideways through Brundle. Has to go to the grass there. He wasn't going to make Nelson. The car got all sideways, but no harm done there. Back on the track. But Saunders still leads with the 2 Deegans. You can see how much Shane's closed in on Lee this time. And Lee Deegan slides the car through Corman. That's allowed Shane Deegan always back onto his tail. Then 4th is Phil Wright. Then we got Tibbs versus Farndon for 5th. Then Drake in 7th. 8th Bell, 9th Fletcher, Nick Porter-Jones on 10th. And here comes Paul Jarvis. He's side by side with Steve Powson as they head down the centre straight down towards Ritchie's, and they will go. The rest of the field coming through. Gordon into Ritchie's with Powson. There goes Harry Campy on the inside line to take the place there. We head now down towards Montreal with 2 white Saxos. Powson looks to the inside, breaks later than Campy, the youngster. And through goes Powson. Yes, he takes the apex there at Chapman, so he gets back ahead of Harry Campy. For these cars already swapping places a couple of times on this lap. So heading down the Bentley Straight now. Once, of course, used to be called the Reddit Straight, more traditionally here at Snetterton, and down to what again more traditionally called the S's, Brundle and Nelson nowadays. And Campy fighting back on the inside into Brundle. He gets the place back there and gets a car all twitchy. Great to see these Citreon Saxos right on the limit. All the top 10-15 are right there on the limit. Now Saunders being closed up by both the Deegans. Then we got 4th. This battle continues with Phil Wright, then Andrew Tibbs, Jake Farndon. And look at Shane Deegan well off the road out of Murray's there. Perhaps braked a little bit too late. He was well on the grass though. He recovers and lucky enough with that big gap he had back to 4th. He can stay in 3rd, or there's a bit of contact back to Ben Forbes and Matt Ennis who have damaged cars. Forbes took to the grass, and I don't think he had much choice really, did he? Since they went through Murray, he should be able to rejoin. They're both in damaged cars, and they're back on for the lead then. Down towards Montreal. It is leader Nathan Saunders just ahead now of Lee Deegan, who's right there behind him as we head onto the Bentley Straight. Of course, Shane Deegan probably lost a little bit of time when he had his off, yes. Shane a couple of seconds behind Lee Deegan across the line 3.5 tenths behind Saunders. Don't really need to worry about the gaps when they're this close. Lee Deegan looking to the inside, but Nathan Saunders staying in front. So head through Brundle, then into Nelson, they turn, and both cars launched up on the curbs there. Fantastic stuff. Heading now down towards the bomb hole on the 4th lap of the race here at Snetterton, using the 200 circuit today. Turn their way through Coram then. Now just watch the steering wheel here and the hands of Lee Deegan. You see how many times they have to change directions every corner, then a bit sideways onto the brakes they go into Murray's. Fantastic shots here on board of Lee Deegan, and off goes Saunders, off goes Deegan, both the leaders there all over the dirt out of Murray's. Now can this allow Shane Deegan to close them back in? Yes, it's a lot closer than last time as they come up across the line then. It's Nathan Saunders that's pulled out perhaps a bit of a gap to Lee Deegan. Yes, half a second between the two of them, and now Shane Deegan within a second of lead, so the three leaders heading to Richie's all together. Then Nathan Saunders ahead of Lee Deegan, then Shane Deegan in 3rd place. There's a bit of a gap back I should say, to Nathan Saunders is in 4th, 5th is Tim, 6th Varden, 7th Drake, 8th is Bell. There's a bit of a gap back to Patrick Fletcher, runs out wide through Montreal as the race leader, so it's nose to tail between Saunders and Deegan again as they head onto the back straight. Fantastic racing here for the Stock Cats Championship. We've come to expect it here. This year is one of the most competitive, great dicing in Stock Cat that perhaps we've seen for a few years possibly. It's close racing for the last, well, throughout the championship existed, we've had these close racing, but a lot of action this year. Saunders and Deegan, they're the replayers, they both took to the dirt. So now all three of them together, back to the action. Nathan Saunders, Lee Deegan and Shane Deegan there, free for the lead. So turn their way to Murray's. Is everyone going to stir the tarmac this time? Yes, they do, all three of them. Lee Deegan right in underneath the rear bumper of the race leader. Meanwhile, that Jake Barnes is perhaps lost out there. He was a bit on the dirt out the corner. Then the next group of cars go through here, and the Clio starting to make their way amongst those now. Into Rich's. Saunders still leads, being followed by Lee Deegan. Deegan perhaps takes a bit of a tighter line, and Saunders off the road. Nathan Saunders all over the dirt. He tries to come back on. He doesn't defend too heavily because up on the inside is Lee Deegan. Is he going to get the lead back? Saunders carries a lot of speed through the corner. It gets all crossed up in the middle of the corner. That runs out wide. Lee Deegan takes the lead then. For third row of the grid, look though. Shane's come through. He takes the lead then. Out through Chapman onto the straight. They're side by side almost, the two Deegans. Yes, look, Lee coming back at Shane now, and he now edging, nosing in front as they go down towards Brundle. So Lee Deegan gets the lead back. He wasn't in the lead momentarily there. Fantastic stuff here. The two brothers then, 1st and 2nd now. Lee leads Shane as they head through Brundle and Nelson. Now down towards the second part of the lap now. Through Bombhole they go, then towards Coram Curve where they come back into our camera shot. But it's Lee Deegan, the number 48 car that leads. Then 2nd, 58, Shane Deegan. Here they are then. And Lee slides out wide, but he's got that all under control as they turn their way through Murray's. Then the two brothers absolutely together. Back up for 3rd on. Nathan Saunders has come under threat from Phil Wright. Then 5th is Bell. 6th is Barnden. 7th Drake. They've all had a bit of a sort out there, haven't they? In that battle from 4th backwards. Martin Ward is the best of the Clio, so here's one of those guys making their way through. Now a replay for half the lap or so ago. Paul Jarvis there, mistake. Oh, look at that back end really flew up as he went across the grass, and also was that Jonathan Mark Armstrong even, who was off the circuit on the exit of the corner. So action throughout the field here. Into the closing stage of the race now. The two Deegans dominating this one in the second half now. They're about to start the last lap. The last lap ball going out to the leaders. It's Lee Deegan that still leads from Shane. Now we've got the Matt Fincher just behind Martin Ward. The two Clios getting amongst the Stock Cats back for 3rd, being led by Saunders, then Wright and Bell. Jake Barnes is leading the next group of them. So onto the last lap we are then on board with Lee Deegan now. What's this? I think it's just making some hand gestures to his brother there, asking if he's coming through or he's not. Thumbs up, thumbs down, and we obviously don't have a camera with Shane, so we're not sure whether he's saying yes, I'm going to attack you, or no, let's get a 1-2, a safe 1-2. So under the bridge into Brundle, Lee Deegan still leads, and that was your best place to pass, Shane. So if he was going to come through, but he hasn't done. So Lee Deegan still leads then. So come back towards us at the end of the lap here. It looks like Lee Deegan, well, he won at Brands Hatch, but the win was taken away from him. This time, there's no reason why he shouldn't win it. Lee Deegan is about to take his first official win in the Stock Cat Championship, and Shane's dropped right back off him now. I'm not sure what happened down there at the Essex. Martin Ward right behind him. That doesn't matter though, because second's going to go to Shane Deegan. The first 1-2 for the Deegan of the season, up across the line. We can see on the internet on the left-hand side, the onboard camera, Lee Deegan. And he's going to celebrate victory. There you go. Fantastic stuff from Lee Deegan. He wins. Second will go to Shane Deegan. Third, Nathan Saunders. Fourth, Bill Wright. And fifth, Tom Bell.